Hey, my name is Alex, and I'm gonna be talking how I closed my first wholesale deal. Yeah, so actually, background information though I should talk about is I've been doing wholesale real estate for over a year now, and I learned a lot. I still have a lot to learn for sure in the business, but it took me a little over a year to close my first wholesale deal, and honestly, that's on me. That's my fault. Um, so background information. Yeah, I just went all this time. I mean, I was attempting, I was like spending money on softwares and everything like that. And I watched the shout out to Zach and Rick and YouTube channel freewholesaling.com is pretty much how that's been like. I would just only watch their YouTube videos and just really trying to figure out all this stuff. So how I closed my first wholesale deal anyways. So I started door knocking because I had no money. I'm gonna be straight up. I had no money, and I really knew I wanted to make this work. And after going through months and months of no action, a year no action, I decided, like, you know what? I'm gonna. There's something that helped me was a song lyric. This goes like, I'm gonna butcher it, but it's la necesidad es más grande que el miedo. And basically it just means in English is like, the necessity is greater than the fear. And then when I noticed that, I was like, I'm sick of just not having money, and really I felt like I was like doing nothing. So I had to make this work. So I started door knocking, boom, and I door knocked door knocking, and then boom, got in front of this one lady. At first I went through a lot of no's and everything. I went through a lot of no's. Like I would cold call. I would spend money on dialers, Mojo dialer, call tools, batch dialer. I mean, I would call but I was inconsistent. Really, that's like, I was so inconsistent. I would get leads, and I would not follow up with any of my leads. So that was something that I was doing bad in my business. Like, I was not following up with leads. Like, I was doing the hard work of getting the leads, and I would not follow up. Like, there's leads I'm sure I could have. It shouldn't have took me this long, but it's just my own self. And honestly, I'm gonna be real, I didn't want it bad enough, and that's why it took me this long amount of time. But anyways, I finally closed my first wholesale deal for $12,000, and I only want to say that to just, like, I guess inspire anybody who's on the same journey as me. Like, it took me over a year to get my first wholesale deal, but I just knew it was still possible. And there's like, I didn't want to just give up on this. And word of advice is, I JV'd with an investor I met, but like I said, I had to face my fear. Really, like, I used to put sticky notes, and that would be like, I would get fear going to the door, putting a sticky note on someone's door, like, because I knew they could see me walking up, like, who's this random kid, like, in just regular street clothes walking to my door, what did he put on my door or anything like that. And yeah, but after you do it so much of the time, you start realizing that, like, when you go to the door and you knock, I've gotten some people like that get mad, and they have, like, one guy had gone to my face and he was like, what'd you say to my mama? What'd you say to my mama? And I was just like, I just want to ask if you were interested in selling. He was like, nah, we ain't interested around here. And I was just like, all right. And pretty much, but I mean, I'm kind of going on a side tangent, but forget it, bro. I'm gonna upload this video. But yeah, just door knocking, and then I had to face my fear with the door knocking. But before I got on sidetrack, door knocking, yeah, I mean, it's a lot of effort, but I honestly, just door knocking those doors, you get used to it, and you kind of like you start knowing that people get not, you think like people would get so mad, but it's not everybody is super upset. Of course you get some people who do get upset, But it's not, the majority no, they just say no, I'm not interested, or they say, oh, I'm renting the house, and then you just go from there. But anyways, so I was just driving for dollars. So I was driving for dollars in my car, and if I seen a distressed property, I would get off, I would door knock on the door, ask, hey, are you interested in just hey, sorry to bother you, my name is Alex, and I just want to ask if you're interested in selling. And then we would go from there. And if no one was home, I would leave a sticky note. I wish I had a stamp, but oh, I have my sticky notes right here, but I'll cover it up. But shout out Zach and Rick. Again, they talk about this. I'm just covering up my phone number, but yeah, it just says, hi, this is Alex. I had a quick question about your property. Please call me back at, and it's my cell phone number. But yeah, that's what I was doing. And then I remember just doing that. I would do like 100 a day, 100 door knocks, and that was in February. It's May. So I met the seller, and this was like the first seller that I ever followed up with too. They were going through divorce. It was the ex-husband, he didn't even live in the property, and the property was just, it was in bad condition. Like the popcorn ceiling was like falling off, and it was just outdated, super outdated, and everything needed to do work. Like we estimated like 60K in repairs, and I'm gonna be honest, I did a rookie mistake. So they wanted to sell their property, and I was just kept following up with her because I door knocked. I was like, hey, I just want to ask, I did the script, you know, I knocked. She was in a wheelchair. She said, oh, she's like, yeah, I am interested in selling my property. And I was kind of like, well, I was just so used to people telling me no. I was like, oh, okay. Finally, like a door knock, someone says yes. Keep in mind, guys, I have door knocked before. In 2024 of June, like the first time I door knocked, and I remember door knocking and I was just nervous. But like I said about that one song lyric, La necesidad es más grande que el miedo, el bujo, that's the name of the song, and Luis Conriquez, and yeah, and back then I door knocked, and I did get a seller back then. It's like I knocked, like I remember, and it was like 96 doors I had knocked, and everybody was telling me no. And then finally I went, knocked this guy, and I was back then though, I would say, hi, I'm sorry to I think he's like, hi, my name is Alex, just want to ask if by any chance you know if anybody in the area is looking to sell. I wouldn't even say if they were interested in selling because I was just so nervous. And I remember asking that guy, and he was like, his name was Lawrence, and he said, I don't know if anybody else is interested in selling, but I'm looking to sell in 2 months. I'm looking to move back. You can knock this door back in 2 months. And I was like, okay, bet. And I was like, thank you, man, nice to meet you. And I just felt like the biggest dopamine hit, like, hell yeah, like I got someone interested in selling their property. And I never followed up with that guy. Like, this was one thing I would do, and then this is gonna be bad. It's like I would just market, and I would just market for leads, and the leads I would get, I would do nothing about. And I'm gonna tell, and I didn't even get too much leads. Like I'm telling you guys, like I really wasn't like, I just didn't want it. And until like, you know, this year, and like this year happened, and then I just really needed to make this work. Like, and I knew door knocking would work because I would cold call on the cell phone, and man, like that was something. Like just being there sitting, and I felt like I was getting nowhere because I was like, I wasn't getting no contact rate. I wasn't getting a contact rate, and I felt like I would be sitting there like 5 hours and only get in touch with 28 people. And like, I'm like, yeah, this is not good. So I just bit the bullet and just door knock. Like I said, just driving for dollars. Like if you door knock, I suggest you door knock pre-foreclosures. I haven't done that. I know that is something that's good though, or like code violations or water shutoffs. If you can get access to those lists, those are good lists. They're like they say they're hard to get, but if you get them, awesome. That's a good way, you know. Designated door knocking is what they call it. But anyways, I have the check right here. I mean, I can be yapping, and the check's right here. I covered it up because I don't want to. So yeah, and then $12,000. You can, and I don't want. I'm not here to be flexing, because this is like a whole year doing this, and I finally, like, I my first year didn't make a single penny. I lost money, actually. I probably lost like $3,000. That's not $3,000. Probably that's not even a. That is a lot of money, especially, actually, that was a lot of money for me, especially because I was broke. I had no money, and finally, you know, to have just some success in this business, it feels good. And also, I just wanted to make a YouTube video about it, and I also want to like make this YouTube channel to just kind of record my journey as well, and then just, you know, everybody watching, we all just elevate, get good together, and but yeah, I don't know if I explained how, but yeah, the lady was in the lady, they were in divorce, and they wanted to get it, and she needed 3 real estate agents, and I got my real estate license earlier this year. But I'm gonna be honest, that's one thing I was for them started. Honestly, this is, but whatever. So I had my real estate license, so I gave her my business card, and she was like, she needed 2 other real estate agents, so I just referred her 2 other agents, and her ex-husband, they were in court, and he was going to be the one to pick, and he gave me a call. He gave me the call, and I offered him. I was like, hey, you know what, me and my partner, we're looking to actually buy this house, we're interested in purchasing. He's like, oh really, how much? And he put me on the spot. Like, I didn't have the numbers, I didn't have the ARV. Rookie mistake right there, especially like I had been visiting her for like 3 weeks, following up with her, and he picked me, and I gave him an offer at $240, and that was too high. That was too high. And then when he said, yeah, that's good, like we can do it. And I was like, what, 240? I was like, what? He said yes, and I was like, all right, this is good. So then I was like, okay, let me check the comps, and I was like, I thought it could sell for 400 because I thought it was in a good area, and actually it was 350 what it could sell for. So as like I said, I JV'd on this deal. So I was door knocking too, like as I was door knocking houses, if I were to see a rehabbed house, someone rehabbing, I would go and door knock on the door, and I would ask, and I would be like, hey, are you guys renovating it? Like, hey, I'm actually a wholesaler, so I'm looking for deals. If your boss is looking, or if you guys are looking to purchase or fix and flip, hey, I'm a wholesaler, so I can send, maybe we can do business together. And then I gave one of them my guy, shout out to one of the guys there. I gave him my business card. He gave it to the investor. The investor called me, and he called me. He was like, hey, I got your business card. Hey, are you wholesale? He's a wholesaler. I was like, yeah, I'm a wholesaler. And he's like, all right, maybe we can JV or things like that. And I was like, yeah. He was like, I have my business partner. He's a wholesaler, so you can come to the property on Friday and we can meet each other. And I did, and I went to their fix and flip that I had door knocked, and they was there. And then I got in touch with the other wholesaler. Shout out Victor, and shout out Victor and Mark, and Manny too was the construction worker. And they got me in touch, and I told him like, hey, I'm wholesaling, and he said, yeah. He said, hey, are you interested in like partnering, like if I can bring a lead and like you help me close? He said yeah. And he said his split was 30-70. So I said yes, because I wanted to close my first wholesale deal, and I wanted to learn, and I needed help closing too, like, so I took it, and I think it was a good thing too, because he helped me a lot. He helped me find the buyer. He taught me, like, I was able to listen to him close and everything, so it was all good. And I'm gonna be honest, guys, I also was looking for that super motivated seller that was just gonna give me a shot, that was just gonna say yes. And but it was my fault. I probably would make more videos about that later down on the line, like what I was really doing wrong and why things didn't work out the way. But just short to summarize it all is I didn't work hard enough. I wasn't consistent. I didn't follow up. I didn't knew what I needed to do on the daily basis. I didn't practice. I didn't study. I didn't research. So when it came time to perform, I wasn't ready. I wasn't prepared, and I fumbled the bag, basically. I fumbled. And so anyways, yeah, he helped me. I told him, hey, I got this lead. I made a mistake though. I offered him 240, like, and he was like, oh, that's too high. We did the math. He was like, yeah, we're looking at 350 ARV. So I told him, and then he was able to negotiate him down to 200. He got him down to 200. So, and we got the contract signed. And then we got the contract signed on March 28th. And then, oh, damn it, guys, my fault. I think my car battery died. Oh, no, it didn't. Shut up. But, anyways, yeah, I'm yapping here, but forget it, bro. You guys don't have to click on the YouTube video or whatnot. But, yeah, we got the contracts. Well, Victor got the contract signed, and then he had buyers for it, and then, yeah, we walked through some buyers. The property wasn't vacant though, and as I said, they were going through divorce. One of the wife, you know, the ex-wife, she was there, and you know, and we were walking through buyers with her there. I think she knew what was up though, and we got the deal funded. We closed, and today I got my first check wholesale. So for wholesale real estate, I would suggest, guys, if you're hungry and you want to get your first deal and you don't have much money but you have time, I would say save up some money for gas and set a goal of door knock 1,000 doors. Door knock 1,000 doors. I always heard something was like, it was like, if you put enough reps in, it negates luck. It's a numbers game. Sales is a numbers game. So I knew that my sales skills, like, I need improvement. So I was like, you know what? 1 out of 10 sellers, like, that's very low. And like I was saying, I was looking for that just motivator seller that's gonna say yes. Like, he doesn't care that I have, I don't, like, I'm not the, whatever. I don't, like, closing skills or whatever or not. I was looking for that, just that one seller, and boom, I did find him, but I made a rookie mistake. And I would suggest, if you're like me, guys, you're struggling with closing, you want to close your first wholesale deal, make money, buy my course. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, like I said, just I would say door knock 1,000 doors. Be careful though, guys. Be careful. You knock on the door, step back away. Like, take 4 steps away from the door. You don't want to be in their personal space. Also, show your hands all the time. Don't be like, I noticed when I would door knock, and if I had like a notebook, like, I would use this thing to track my KPIs. This is from 2 days ago. Like, my KPIs from 2 days ago. Go and look at it. You know, and I have my signal, and I would have my KPIs and stuff to just track my numbers, to really see what is my metrics, like how much people do I have to talk to find a motivated seller, or find someone who's interested in selling their property and eventually get deals, you know? So that way wholesaling is not on luck, it's on numbers, and it's on you put X amount in, you get X amount out to create deals, to make a consistent build business, really. And yeah, so buy my course. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, just door knock 1,000 doors, I would say, guys. I would say do that. Driving for dollars, save up some money for gas. Really, if you have a gas, I have a 4-cylinder Toyota Corolla, so I was able to do it. And yeah, so do that. Have sticky notes written down. And I would suggest you guys write this. Hey, this is, well, you would say your name, but hey, this is Alex. I have a quick question about your property. Call or text, and then put your phone number. And like that. And if you door knock, if no one's there, you leave a sticky note. And you would leave a sticky note. And if so that way, like, they could see the note on the door, and they'll be like, what is this? You know, spark curiosity. They'll give you a call. They'll know what it's up to. They're like, quick question, I know this is about selling my property. And yeah, you do that, I think the universe will reward you. God will reward you. Shout out to God, really helped me, kept me safe while door knocking. I'm very blessed. Do that. And if you're really struggling, guys, just reach out to an investor, someone trust. Like, I met this guy, like, I think it was really blessed by God that I met Victor, and Victor, he helped me, you know, I even was sending him other leads too, and he was sending offers and on them, and, you know, just moving that needle. And then boom, we got this deal, and he helped me close. He signed it for $40K. I had I mean, it was a 30-70 split, but hey, I mean, I finally closed my first wholesale deal. And honestly, I think if maybe if I were to do it myself, maybe it could have been a little bit less assignment fee, or maybe it could have been more assignment fee, I don't know. But I mean, to make $12K on my first assignment fee, even though I was JV'd, but I mean, I still closed my first deal. And so I would suggest, guys, like, if you're in my situation, just take action. Forget that fear. You have to do what scares you at the end of the day. Like, whatever you're, like, scared of, you just gotta face it. And I know that's hard, but that's true. Whatever scares you, you just gotta go to it. You know, you gotta kind of just throw yourself, you know, let your body, like, fall or whatever. Just push yourself to get there. And guys, just do 1,000. And I'm sure if you partner up with an investor or someone who's more experienced to help you, and you can do a 50-50, just find someone who's experienced in closing and that knows this business better than you, and just learn off of that. And that's what I suggest. And like, the leads that you get, qualify them. I would say watch Zach and Rick Ginn. That's who I watch for free. I paid, like, literally only spend money on gas. So I probably spent like $400 on gas. I'm gonna be real with you guys. Yeah, I think so. So, but I mean, $400 to get this assignment fee. So I know I'm yapping, guys. I don't know who's gonna stay and watch this video, but I mean, I just wanted to upload content, to be honest, and I want to just record my journey or whatnot. And then I'm still learning, so we're all here to learn together. And let's make this happen. Let's close more deals, and let's do this. And yeah, this video is just, you know, I did it finally. And yeah. So if you want, follow my Instagram. It's gonna be in the description. And yeah, and if you're interested, just be around the journey, and let's do this. So peace out, have a good night, stay safe, and God bless.